What do I just answer questions or what?
Yeah, we'll just talk, Grandma. Let me... Okay, Grandma.
Now you'll have to talk aloud.
Grandma, when was the first time that you remembered even hearing about or even knowing that there was a Great Depression or what it meant?
What? Depression?
Yeah, when was the first time?
Oh.
How old were you?
Well, you figure it out yourself.
About how old were you when
Well, it'd be in the 30s.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was born in 1917.
Mm-hmm.
So figure that up.
Well, probably about, what do you think, you were around 12 or 13 years old?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
12 or 13 years old.
How did you find out it was a Great Depression?
I guess I just heard the word.
You heard people talking about
Yeah,
it?
I guess so. Of course, I don't think we went, my mother and us kids, we didn't go through no depression.
Yeah.
We always had to work and we had a lot of stuff planted and grown and a lot of stuff canned and everything. We didn't have a deep freeze back in them days.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So really things really didn't change that much for you during the Depression then, huh?
No, but I've known people that, hey, they had black-eyed peas for breakfast and they came from our place or they wouldn't have had them. And Mom let them have a couple of hogs to fatten up, you know,
To get them through,
get them, yeah.
Huh.
So, and there was a lot of people that was hungry.
Really?
That Lloyd Dowdy, that Fern's related to, you know, she said that, let's see, how was that, Lloyd. Was Lloyd the one she married? I think so.
Were they someone that were neighbors for y'all back then too?
Yeah, they didn't live too far from us. But Lloyd wasn't married at that time, but Lloyd's daddy and mother and family, there was quite a little family of them, and oh, they was poor. And when I came back here, well, every time Lloyd would see me, he'd always tell me how wonderful my mother was to them. Said she didn't have money to give them and all. When Daddy went down there and would work and things, but said she had a lot of meat in the smokehouse, and had corn in the crib to make cornmeal out of, and said it really helped them out a lot.
Helped them a lot.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
And I'll never forget the time that they had a little baby, and Mama went up there and she stayed all night up there because people back in them days, they went to stay with the sick or the dead or something or other. But that little baby had a big tumor, I guess you'd call it, on its back. But anyhow, it died. I remember that.
Huh. Well, every time you hear the word depression, whenever you hear the people talking about the depression, do you get some kind of a mental picture? What comes to your mind when you think about that?
Oh Lord, how those old Model A pickups and cars and all that bunch of stuff in California. We didn't live very far from the 99 highway. And boy, they'd be bumper to bumper going up north to try to find something to work at.
Huh.
And we was getting at that time 25 cents an hour.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. So when would you see those? When you were just out on the road yourself, or?
No, we didn't live very far.
So you could actually see them from the house.
Oh. Yeah.
Wow.
It's sad.
Yeah.
They had everything on there. If you've seen an old covered wagon or something, you can imagine what a car would be like. And then they had their bedding and everything. The kids up there, and the dogs and the chickens and
everything.
Yeah. Going to California.
Going to California. Gosh. So, you kind of talked about this a little bit already, but how did you guys all manage during those times?
During that time?
Yeah, because you said you didn't affect you all that much, so how did you all manage?
We worked, we had cattle, we had horses, mules, hogs, chickens, geese, ducks, you name it. We had have
Gardens.
all the eggs in the world we wanted to eat, all the milk we wanted to drink, and that's part of the way that we made our living. Is we had the cream separator, and we'd separate the cream from the milk, and when we got that cream can full, why you're taking it to the town or whatever, the creamery or whatever you call it, and they tested it and you'd get it tested so much, and so Mom would always try to get a good test, you know. So an uncle of ours, he came down and he was telling Mom about how that she needed some milk goats with those cows. That, you know, a goat's milk will not separate. It goes to the cream.
Oh, really?
Yes. And so she'd pour some of that goat's milk in with each can of cream that she took it in and stirred it up real good. They never did catch up with her, but anyhow, when they did that, of course we had our hogs to kill, chickens to kill, turkeys, geese, you name it. And we had cotton fields and corn fields and...
Now, was that cash crops? You sold that stuff?
What, huh?
Was that cash crops to sell, the cotton fields and the corn fields? Was that stuff she sold?
Yeah.